The audio recording includes subtitles so you can slow down, reflect, and let each idea truly sink in. You show up, you listen, you carry the weight that others can't. But at the end of the day, when everything goes quiet, there's this ache, a hollow space inside you that no one sees. You've done everything right. You've been kind, generous, selfless, and still you feel invisible. Why does that happen? Why do the ones who give the most so often feel the most alone? In this episode, we're going to explore that quiet kind of pain, the one that hides behind your smile, and talk about why it's there and how you can start to heal from it. If you've spent your life putting others first, chances are you were praised for it. From a young age, you may have been told you're mature for your age, or so thoughtful, or such a good person, and maybe you liked that. Maybe it made you feel useful, needed. Maybe it gave you a sense of worth. But over time, something started to shift. You noticed that your kindness wasn't always returned, that the people you supported didn't always show up for you in the same way, that your needs somehow always got left out of the conversation. And when you did speak up, you felt guilty. Like wanting something for yourself was wrong, like asking for help made you a burden. So you stayed quiet, you kept giving, and now you're exhausted, not just physically, emotionally, spiritually. You feel like a shell of yourself. You're constantly pouring out, but no one's pouring back in. Here's what's really going on. Many people who become chronic givers, caretakers, peacemakers, fixers, develop those patterns as a survival strategy. Somewhere along the line, you learned that your value came from what you could do for others. Maybe your parents only noticed you when you were being helpful. Maybe your needs were ignored, dismissed, or made to feel like too much. Maybe love was conditional. You were loved if you were good, selfless, easy to manage. So you adapted. You became the one who didn't ask for much, the one who smoothed things over, the one who stayed quiet to keep the peace. And at first, it worked. People liked you. You avoided conflict. You got approval. But the cost? You never learned how to exist as someone with needs of your own. You became so good at meeting other people's expectations that you lost touch with your own desires entirely. That's why you feel empty, not because something is wrong with you, but because you've spent your whole life abandoning yourself. When your entire identity is built around being the helper, the giver, the strong one, you don't leave any space for your own humanness. You're allowed to be tired, to be messy, to want something just because it matters to you. But when you've spent years or decades ignoring your own needs, it's hard to even know what they are anymore. You say yes by default. You apologize for taking up space. You feel responsible for everyone else's emotions. And worst of all, you feel selfish for wanting more. More rest, more honesty, more support. So instead, you keep giving and hope someone will finally see you. But the truth is, people won't start treating your needs like they matter until you do. Now here's the twist. Being a giver isn't the problem. Generosity is beautiful. Caring is powerful. The world needs more empathy. But when your giving becomes compulsive, when it's driven by fear or guilt or the need to be liked, it stops being love and starts becoming self-erasure. You can't keep betraying yourself in the name of being good. That's not kindness. That's codependency. And no amount of external validation will fill the void that comes from constantly abandoning your own heart. So if you're feeling empty, it doesn't mean you're broken. It means you've been living out of alignment with yourself. You've been playing a role, fulfilling a function, and now your soul is asking for something real. Not a performance, not perfection, just presence, just truth. So what do you do with all this? How do you start to reconnect with yourself after a lifetime of disconnection? The first step is this: give yourself permission to need things. Needs aren't weaknesses. They're not inconveniences. They're part of being alive. You are allowed to want support, rest, connection, care, not just to give it, but to receive it. And you don't have to earn it by being perfect or useful. You deserve it simply because you exist. The second step: start noticing your automatic yeses. Every time you say yes when you mean no, you are teaching your nervous system that your boundaries don't matter. Start small. Delay your responses. Say, "Can I get back to you?" Practice listening to the quiet voice inside you, the one that whispers, "I'm tired," or "I don't want to." That voice is your truth, and it's time to start honoring it. The next step, and this is the hardest, is to let go of the identity you've built around being the selfless one. It will feel scary. You may fear that people will pull away, get upset, or stop loving you. And honestly, some might. Because when you stop playing a role, it threatens the people who benefited from you staying small. But the relationships that matter, the ones rooted in mutual respect and real connection, will survive your truth. In fact, they'll grow stronger because of it. And more importantly, you will grow stronger. You'll stop feeling resentful. You'll stop waiting for someone to rescue you. You'll start showing up for yourself, not as a martyr, but as a whole, worthy human being. One who gives and receives, one who cares for others and herself, one who finally feels full. Because that's the real healing, not becoming less kind, but becoming more authentic, not shrinking to keep the peace, but expanding to make room for your full self. You get to be soft and strong, generous and grounded, loving and loved. Your needs are not a burden. Your truth is not too much. You don't have to earn rest. You don't have to prove your worth. And most of all, you don't have to do this alone. There is a world beyond performance, beyond perfection, beyond people-pleasing, a world where you are valued, not for how much you give, but for who you are. So take the first step. Start saying no. Start listening in. Start coming home to yourself. You've taken care of everyone else long enough. Now it's your turn. If this resonated with you, if you saw yourself in these patterns or felt something click, I want you to know you're not alone. So many people struggle with this. And naming the pattern is the beginning of breaking it. You are not selfish for wanting to be seen. You are not bad for wanting more. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to receive. And you are allowed to be loved, not for what you do, but for who you are. Thanks for listening to Take Care of Your Heart, and I'll see you in the next one.